And you do have another item, drowning prevention outreach. Oh, okay.
And of course, I brought this up. It is top of mind to me. I'm currently involved in litigation over a 3-year-old drowning, and African Americans, unfortunately, are probably have the highest rate of children drowning in the county for a host of reasons. Some of them cultural, and having 3 grandchildren and 3 children, they're children to me, they're all adults. Parents who don't swim generally have children who don't swim. And fortunately, I have 2 children who are certified lifeguards, and so I wanted to know what we were doing in order for outreach, what type of outreach we were doing in the city to make sure that the communities that are affected most by this tragedy know that there are funds available to teach swimming and that they don't have to pay for the swimming lessons.
Okay. Again, Leah Rockwell, Director of Parks and Recreation. Good morning again. So Warren Hawkins is a member of the Drowning Prevention Coalition. So what I handed out to you guys is, I didn't have the actual flyer, so we printed one off. We have tons of them, but I just didn't have any at my desk. That is the flyer that the Drowning Prevention Coalition puts together. And they do over 200 presentations throughout Palm Beach County in the school system. So they go to the schools and do over 200 presentations about the Drowning Prevention Coalition and their voucher program. So they go to the schools, as well as South Florida Fair and other local big events. They're always out there educating the community about the coalition and the voucher program. And we are one of their voucher pools. So just to give you an idea, last year we had 266 participants just from the coalition program. And then we taught over, let me find all of my statistics here. So last year, in 2019, we had over 850 participants in our Learn to Swim program. That's up from the year before where we had 646. So that's a good 200 more swim lessons that we gave. And that's a 31% increase. Even though we target the whole community, most of our participants are African American, about 75%. We do not track numbers, we do not track any of the demographics, but that's just how, at Gaines Park Pool, that seems to be the majority of our swimmers. So, for example, 486 participants out of the 646 were African American. So we went back and looked at our records. Last year, we had additional swim classes to meet the demand. So, especially during the summer months, because that's when we're open, we run at full capacity. That means lessons in the morning, in the evening, and during summer camp programs. So I'm happy to hear that you have 2 kids that are certified lifeguards. If they don't have a job, we could use them. It's recruiting lifeguards and water safety instructors is very challenging right now. Everybody across the country, it's a very difficult job to fill. So with that, we can only teach as many based on the number of staff that we have. So with our limited staff and our pool hours, we are booked solid with swim lessons, especially during the summer. At times, because our lessons are completely full, we have to refer them to other pools in the area, like Barracuda Bay, the YMCA, or other pools, because we just only have so many hours of daylight that we can swim. So Other than the Drowning Coalition, we get we're hoping April 1st that we'll hear about getting our $5,000 from USA Swimming. And that goes towards, that supplements, that brings us up to close to the 850, where only about 300 are paid for through Drowning Coalition. So we are out there. We are definitely out there, and our pool, especially during the summer, is teaching kids to swim. And, and this year, Drowning Coalition is we'll have vouchers for adults and seniors. So we'll be able to also teach those that are not youth to swim. So if they get caught in a canal in their cars, that they'll be able to save themselves.
Any follow-up?
Yeah, I'd like, well, my question was, what is the city doing in terms of the outreach? And if you're relying solely on drowning prevention, I understand. But I would suggest that a creative way to get children involved might be to engage with the library, because if it looks attractive, I'll put a personal experience. The Boy Scouts came to my elementary school, and they made it seem so cool that I bugged my mother relentlessly until she took me to get in the Boy Scouts. Now, I only lasted about 3 weeks, but but I understand that a child can, if it looks like it's going to be really, really fun. And we do have good outreach into the Northwest community, especially from the library, and collaborating with them to get the children, to get their parents over to the pool, I think would be a good thing.
So we also have close to 500 kids in our after-school programs that we target. And during our summer camp programs, we have each session over 400 kids, 500 kids that we offer our swim lessons to at a reduced rate. So we are also marketing that way, just to let you know. We also do press releases through the Office of Communication. It's in our brochure, and we're about to launch on the website, making it ADA accessible, all the swim lessons on the website, but we will look at going to the library as an additional. We also, the Salvation Army and the Boys and Girls Club, they're all fully aware, so they're involved, yeah.
Thank you.
Commissioner Schultz, did you have your hand up?
Yeah. Thank you. As far as the staffing, if we had more certified lifeguards, could we provide more free lessons?
Yes, we would have to try and extend our hours. Our pool is lit for nighttime, so it would require staffing after our typical hours, but we could. Finding them right now, we've been trying to hire like crazy, so what we've put in place is like a lifeguard trainee step. So if we can get them in the door, and then we'll train them on our dollar to become lifeguards. So we hire them as a trainee. We'll give them 2 to 3 weeks. We'll offer the class to get them certified, and then they have to get WSI certified, Water Safety Instructor certified, to actually teach. So we're working on it, and we did a recruitment for trainees, and still nobody has applied. So we're trying to get it out there. We've been going to the colleges, the universities. We're actually trying to bring in some kids from our Youth Empowerment Center that are old enough and training them. We have a few that are takers, but it's a time where that age group is not really applying for jobs.
That is a seasonal job, is that correct?
It is a seasonal job.
Okay, thank you.
Madam President.
Thank you, Ms. Rockwell. I appreciate you mentioning the website, because as you were talking about this, I was on our website pulling it up, and just a general plug. I know that we're working on our website, and I know that there's a lot of hurdles to make sure that it is ADA compliant, but while I'm appreciative that the Drowning Prevention Coalition is getting this out, there's other services that are help getting this out. I think probably the #1 most used phrase is Google it. And if people are going to our website and they can't find it, that's frustrating frustrating. And I know that a lot of times we hear about and we vote on items such as the funding for this just a few commission meetings ago, and then not be able to find it makes it difficult to get the word out. So thank you
We're
for
working on that.
doing that. I appreciate it.
I'll raise that with communications, and
It's on our end. It's on the department's end. We're trying to
it's
get it.
on your end?
Oh, yeah.
I was trying to help you out, but that's all
I
right.
know,
You
but
wanna-
I'm going to be
Okay.
honest,
It's your-
it's not their fault.
Okay, all right.
It's ours. We're trying to
All right.
get the page built and get it through.
Thank you. Commissioner Shove.
One last question. You know, with our first responders, I know they do a number of training exercises with exiting vehicles and, you know, a lot of life-saving skills. Perhaps they have resources available that would get us some lifeguard trainees.
What often happens is they steal our lifeguards to become firefighters. So as much as we love, oh, they're not here. As much as, Diana's right there. As much as we love our fire department and the other fire departments in the county, typically lifeguards then progress to become either EMTs or firefighters. So we're thrilled that we can start a kid that's 17 or 18 and then progress to that type of career. But it puts us in a bind because we're constantly having to train. But thank you. We'll see if Diana has any retired firefighters that might want to come back and be lifeguards.
It's all the more reason to work together. It sounds like a great training
Yes,
program.
yes, yes.
One last one.
Commissioner Rouse, sure.
Could you please get me the solicitation for the young people that you're looking to make lifeguards? So
Absolutely.
that I can disseminate it as
Yeah,
well. Thank you.
Will do.
Can you make it look cool for them?
I'll
But
try
we
to
need
make
them
it
more
look
than 3
cool.
weeks, man.
Yeah, I will do.
Anything else? All right, thank you.
You're very
Leah,
welcome.
very much.